Welcome back to GTAAP's exploration of the Adventures of Pip. We're still in the forest, so Chad just came through. He's a jerk.
Yep, and hopefully we won't leave anybody in here this time.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if this is a place for heroes, not low-res citizens like yourself.
You pixelist bastard.
Pixelist? That sounds about right. So I've been like diatribing about the gaming industry a lot here because you keep asking me questions about it.
I do.
So
curious, you know?
what I was going to say is I think the other thing that's huge about why you see so many more of these types of games is because of self-publishing that didn't exist before.
Okay.
Like between Steam, iOS, Android, and even the Xbox and PlayStation marketplaces, it's a lot easier to get your game out there. Because they'll be like, oh yeah, no, we'll put it out there. What if it doesn't do well? We don't care.
You spent your time, we didn't spend our money.
Right. So whereas some of this stuff would have just been prohibitively, you couldn't make cartridges on your own.
I'll give it that. Okay.
So I think that's another part of it. That was kind of clever. So I mean, okay, you've been asking the questions. I'm going to ask them back at you. So what do you think makes this retro resurgence such a big deal?
I don't know. And that's the reason why I was kind of asking, because I'm not sure what's causing it. I mean, like you said, it is something different. I think it's more so our generation starting to take back the industry a little bit, in a way. And I think, also in a lot of ways too. You had mentioned this earlier, how this is new to a lot of younger people.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways too. I think that's also helping it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I remember specifically a lot of people playing Super Meat Boy who never really played, like, other than just, like, checking them out that one time, never really got into, like, Super Mario. Not in the way that I think of when you think of Super Mario, where it's like, yeah, I had that for a game for a summer. It's the only NES game. I played it.
That was it.
All summer. That was the game I had.
I think the other thing, and I just sit here and think about it for more than a couple seconds. Jeez. Trying to save that person on the other side. Is something like this is also a lot more accessible to somebody who doesn't have a ton of money.
True.
As well.
Yeah, it's lower. It's a lower cost game but again, it gets back to that because of self-publishing, because of the ease of game-making tools. Like games like this can exist and sell a lot more copies or be a lot more popular, even if they're not making that as much money or selling as many copies. I guess I'd say that. What I'm trying to say is they probably get more copies out the door, but may not make as much money as they might have back in the day.
It's just something like this, especially you see. This is a $15 game. I think is what it was when I picked it up.
Yeah.
And I think that's just no, you can't always go out and get a $60 game, especially like a Call of Duty or something like that. It's not for a lot of folks. It's not. I didn't realize I could come down here.
I mentioned this before, but I think another big component of all this stuff is, again, what was a popular game in 2002 terms is not what it is in 2016 terms. Like, games have to. I mean, like, for example, how many jokes have you heard about Destiny being, that didn't really turn out to be what it was supposed to be. It's kind of a flop. The game does amazingly huge numbers, but it's not lighting the world imagination on fire anymore.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, well, it was Destiny 2. Like, well, it wasn't really meant to be sequeled like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that game does tremendous amounts of number, and there's still tons of people now, because the hobby's so big, there's tons of people who've never played Destiny. I mean, okay, let's be ageist. There's a whole bunch of guys who don't know much about the most popular game in the world right now. They've never played a game of Minecraft. Okay. And that is, by far, the most popular game in the world. But a lot of gamers don't think it's that big of a deal because, well, I don't play it. It's like, well, of course you don't. It's a huge genre. It's kind of like how TV became. It's like, there's a time where no one watched the same TV shows at all because there's so many cable channels. Now that tons of us don't have cable, I mean, we all kind of watch The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and that Jessica Jones and stuff like that. But used to be not that long ago that no one watched the same stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give that.
That's kind of what's going on with, I think, video games, too, is you have a lot of people who are not playing the same stuff.
Keep leaving people in the forest.
It's because you just want them to die.
Yeah, leaving... Well, you know what? They are pixelless bastards, so it's kind of a...
I think that one was 8-bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was 8-bit, but yeah, I'm sure if I was a single-bit, she would have said something horrible to me.
Well, you are a doorstop.
Yeah, I am. Everyone's got to have a...
But you're killing your brethren here. I mean, that little bug,
Yeah.
he's not much more pixelated than you. And you're like, I don't like his eyebrows. I'm going to kill him for money.
Uh-huh. Now you're getting it.
Greed and murder. That's what video games are all about.
Thanks, Grand Theft Auto.
What are you talking about? Mario started squishing people's heads and going for those coins. I mean, that guy, think about how greedy Mario is. He's like, he's under the delusion that money gives him life.
Oh, yeah, I guess in the newer ones, that is true, huh?
Oh, even the old ones. Get 100 coins, get a 1-up.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't think
Yeah,
that.
money is life, Mike. That's what that game is telling you. It's all part of a capitalist ploy.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Robot. Oh.
What? I'm just saying that Mario is basically Trump. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's basically Trump, is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah. Which makes, I guess, Sonic Clinton. I don't know. I'm just processing that. We're not going to make. I'm not going to make any further comments on that. But just think about that for a while. Let that simmer, and the jokes will flow out of your mind by themselves. Which means it like Sanders is Crash Bandicoot. That's what I'm trying to say. Crash Bandicoot gets more of an anarchist than a communist. So, do you think now that The Last of Us is done, they've put Uncharted to bed, do you think it's time for Naughty Dog to get back to the bread and butter? Get back to
is Last of Us officially dead? I mean, have they come out and said that?
If there's a God in his heaven, we won't have a sequel to it because that would be wrong. That's such a beautifully self-contained story. It doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, that doesn't mean.
Not to mention the entire Sony press conference was, yeah, we're pseudo-sequeling Last of Us and making like 4 more Last of Us.
What hit both of them?
Because that was weird.
You mean what was the one?
I mean, hey,
what was the name
I
of this?
love stories and stuff, but like,
what was the name of the new zombie one? It was
Days Gone By.
Yeah,
I think is what the name of it is.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't seem too happy with that one.
I think because I'll say it, I think that trailer was cut poorly. Because they try to make it really introspective when that's going to be a lot more of a Dead Rising, white knuckle, like survive against the mob.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I don't think it's going to be goofy like Dead Rising, but I mean like it's the threat of look how many zombies are coming for you. Whereas, well, this is dangerous.
Yeah, it's not the easiest part of the game.
Well, funny thing, it looks like there you go. I say for a while there, I'm like, it's got a perfect pathing you in the sense of, as long as you don't move, you were doing fine. Here, let me ask you a question that I'm curious about. So, Super Meat Boy, I say, kicked it off, but then, like, Dark Souls took it to an entirely new level. What is with the masochism in video games now? Like, why do people like these just insanely hard games?
I think it's actually more of a nostalgia kick. Once again, we're talking about nostalgia here. I didn't even think to try to do it this way.
It's dangerous.
Think about like the original Mega Man. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh, I see what you did.
Okay. Think about the original Mega Man games and how hard those games actually were.
Well, after 3 anyway. Yeah.
But even like 2 isn't the easiest game in the world. I mean, it's
2's pretty reasonable. 2's got some really tricky spots like any NES game, but no, the Mega Man series didn't become legendarily hard till after 2.
Like, you even think about like Contra. Without the Konami code.
Oh yeah, you can't.
You know what I mean?
Well, normal human beings cannot be Contra without the Konami code.
Yeah, but like you think about in those terms. I mean, that's more of a nostalgia thing than anything else when it comes down to it.
Watch, this is the one that got you last time.
Yeah, no. I see that being as more of a nostalgia kick. And also, the other thing about Dark Souls and stuff like that is those are really pretty games. And I think that's people are also enamored with that as well as part of it.
I suppose. I don't know. I just find Dark Souls weird because it's like, for years, Monster Hunter couldn't make any traction over here. And this other game, which is basically doing the same style of like we didn't get into Lost Planet. And I go, Lost Planet would be super popular now.
The other thing I will say, the big difference, especially between Monster Hunter and Dark Souls, you have an actual adventure you're going on. You're exploring places, things like that. With Monster Hunter, essentially you're going into an area to kill a monster, and that's pretty much what you're doing.
Yeah.
Dark Souls, you have to look for it, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of lore and history and things like that going on in the world as well that you can find. And they're fairly different. I get where you're coming from for hardness and things like that.
Well, their difficulty comes from the same place, which is mostly like animation priority and stuff like that, where you have to swing very deliberately. Zombie U is the only game I've played and enjoyed that's kind of like that. That's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
There are pirate symbols down there.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to. That's alright. We said the person name. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I Dark Souls kind of weirds me out only because every game under the sun is being compared to it, which is really annoying. And then the other thing I find it funny is like everybody our age, like, oh, I just don't have time for video games the way they used to be. Like, I don't mind that the games are only 10 hours now because I just don't have time. And then I see people sink hundreds of hours into Dark Souls. I'm like, you totally have the time.
Well,
obviously.
People always are going to say they never have time for games, and that's kind of it's a weird thing. It's people. I think that goes into that pseudo gamer culture. That like I kind of can't stand is like the I'm a gamer, but I've only ever played Madden, or Call of Duty.
Madden and GTA.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a real gamer. Mm-hmm. Only those two games. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
Concentrate more here. Falling apart.
Yeah, and I think once you get to your next checkpoint.
Yeah, well, I'm ready. This is the end of the level right here. So.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, I meant checkpoint like after you die again, which you're probably gonna do.
Okay. Thanks for the confidence there.
Well, it's like you've never beaten this game before, so I mean, oh wait.
Your lack of confidence in me is causing this.
I try.
I'm blaming this completely.
All right, that's it for this episode of GTAAP. We'll be back in a little bit to see if you guys can ever get up this. I get a real Kirby vibe from that tree for some reason.
Yeah, a little bit. I can see that.
See what happens. For GTAAP, I'm Mac.
I'm Kaz.
See you in a bit.
Yep.